Okay, that's awesome. Are you ladies ready?
Ready.
Maybe.
Quite nerve-wracking, but okay, let's begin. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our distinguished audience. Welcome to the first episode of Elevate Pod, where we elevate your mindset, inspire your spirit, and ignite your leadership journey. This podcast is brought to you by the Elevate Leadership Services. I am Ella Jamosmos. I'm your guest host for today, and I am the founder of Inspired Eloquence and the Change the World from Within workshop series. The Elevate Pod is dedicated to inspiring and empowering listeners just like you, with a special focus on minorities and immigrants by offering valuable tools, resources, and pathways to foster personal and professional development. I am so honored and very thrilled to introduce to you and to interview the co-founders of Elevate Leadership Services and the hosts of Elevate Pod, Dr. Inongu Lifano and Dr. Chibwe Chungu. Ladies, would you please tell us something about yourself first? And I will start with Chibwe. I will be addressing Chibwe, Dr. Chibwe Chungu as Chibwe, and Dr. Lifano as Pearl. I would like to ask you if you can share with us something about yourself, including your professional background, and then your involvement with the community or any involvement in your field. Have you written a book? And as well, share with us something interesting about a personal fact about yourself, including your passions and your goals in life. Would you please, Chibwe?
All right. Thank you, Ella, and thank you to our esteemed listeners. My name is Chibwe Chungu. That's how it's pronounced. I'm originally from Zambia, and I'm very passionate about personal development and professional development, as well as leadership, leading with passion and empathy so that you can develop other people. My career choice has been in the field of plant breeding, and I can call it agriculture. That's where developing of cultivars that can feed the world. So you see that it's really ignited my passion as well, because it contributes to helping others. Presently, I don't do breeding per se, but I support teams that cultivate the crops to ensure that we have what we need to feed the world at a later time. I am also very passionate about volunteering, giving back to communities. Presently, I'm a member of a Rotary Club. I'm also a mentor within the Rotary Club for some of our students. I'm a founder of the Banyan Tree Skills Academy, and this is about developing people, empowering others as well. I'm also a Maxwell leadership speaker, coach, and trainer, and also do disc consulting. And for that, I'm also a mother. And that is my number one job, is to be a parent and to raise the next generation leaders that we need to have. I hold a PhD in plant breeding from the University of McGill University in Canada. And that's a little bit about me.
Thank you very much, Chibwe. What an amazing field you are in, not very common. So it's a very wonderful niche that you're doing, plant breeding, and so much to learn from you. And we are so excited to learn more about you as you go about and doing the Elevate podcast. You did mention about your Toastmasters, yes?
Yes, I'm also a Toastmaster. I've been in Toastmaster for a long time. And currently, I'm serving as a division director for District 39. I think with Toastmaster, not only does it help me to smoothen my speaking abilities, and my ability to connect with individuals. But it also helps me to contribute to the leadership of the teams, but also contribute to them in terms of providing the feedback that they need to continue to grow in their personal journey as speakers and gaining the confidence that they need to be able to articulate well and be able to communicate with the audiences that they may not even know.
Yes, and she serves as well, and she didn't mention probably our leadership mentor in Toastmasters as well. Thank you. And what I love about what you shared about yourself, that you emphasize on your being a mother as the most important role that you have in your life, besides all the other achievements that you have. This supersedes everything. So that was wonderful. Thank you so much, Chibwe. And now we go to Pearl. Pearl, would you like to share with us all these wonderful accomplishments, your involvement? I believe you're an author, so if you can share with us what book you've authored and the very interesting facts about yourself, please.
Thank you so much, Ella, for your time. I'm honored to have you here on our first pilot program today. Thank you to Dr. Chibwe, and thank you everyone for listening. So a bit about myself. I'm an immigrant born and raised in Zambia. I'm passionate about personal growth and development for minorities and immigrants, for people striving to excel in spaces where they are underrepresented. I'm a public policy and disability advocate. I'm founder of Disability Resources Foundation and the creator of the foundation's empowerment program, Open Gates Academy. I'm author of Breaking Barriers, Perspectives on Disability Policy. I consider myself a voice for the voiceless in that space. I'm also a Maxwell leadership coach, trainer, and DISC behavior consultant. I hold a doctorate in public administration from California Baptist University. And in practice, I'm a board member of the American Society for Public Administration. My journey has been shaped by navigating challenges in career as well as in personal growth. And I've been motivated always to share from my experiences and what I've learned through my journey. On a personal note, I am a wife. I'm a mother of 5 beautiful children
Wow.
who take up a huge chunk of my personal time. And every moment that I get to share with them is priceless.
Yes, I'm very sure. Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. And I just noticed from both of you that you're both from Zambia. You're, of course, both PhD holders. But is the reason why you came together because you both came from Zambia, or is it because the Maxwell, because you're both Maxwell? What brought you together to do this?
What brought us together is the passion for developing others. I think that was the most important thing that we saw in each other. And being Maxwell leadership members actually made it even much better because we have the same platform that we belong to. And with that, then we can learn and communicate, use the resources that are familiar to all of us, and all the quotes that we can give out there. At least they are not going to be foreign to any one of us. So I think that was it. Being Zambians actually even made it much easier because we can even communicate and see what the needs are because we know what it takes to be where we are today.
Thank you, Chibwe. Do you want to add anything else on that, Pearl?
Just like Chibwe said, we have found common ground in our passions, the passion to add value to people, and also This is also communicated in our involvement in leadership, personal growth, and development through the Maxwell Leadership Team. We are both coaches, trainers, and DISC consultants. And so we can leverage off of our experiences, our John Maxwell platform. So from our experiences together, we thought we would be able to reach many people through our content and the experiences that we share together.
Perfect. I love it. I love that you're brought together. And to our audience, just know that this is not just for the Zambians. This is for everyone. And they will explain it more what ElevatePod is. So with that, I would like to turn this again to Chibwe and to explain to us what is ElevatePod and what inspired both of you to start ElevatePod.
You know, when you look at, thank you, Ella, first. I should thank you for just being with us and allow us to launch this pilot podcast with us. It's an honor. And
for me, so yes.
So ElevatePod is a platform that will allow us as hosts and our listeners to really elevate their mindset. They'll be inspired within their spirits, and also it will ignite their leadership journey. That is what ElevatePod is all about. And in the process, we hope it will empower them to act and do something with regard to what they're going to hear from this platform. So you want to know more about what inspired me or us, myself and my partner, to start ElevatePod. For me, and Pearl can add later, I've always been drawn to the opportunity of wanting to push to grow, even when I was so little. As an individual, as a kid, learning. But as I started growing, personal growth became very important. And that has translated into my own professional growth, because you need both in order to navigate the challenges of life and the challenges of where we are, where we work, who we interact with, and how we interact with the communities that we continue to serve. I am a minority. I am an immigrant. I am a woman. I am a mother. And for me, and I'm sure I'm speaking the same for Pearl, we have witnessed that access to the right tools and resources that are critical and very essential for us to develop and achieve our goals can be far beyond our reach. And some of us, we've been very, very fortunate to have mentors that have allowed us to obtain and have access to those incredible tools that we needed. They connected us, they provided the resources, and allowed us to jumpstart our journeys. And those journeys have not been easier, but they were made possible by these mentors and the resources that we're capable of accessing. We could not stop there as immigrants. Our goal is to ensure that we can share with others. Our goal is to allow other people also that have rich wealth of knowledge to come to this podcast so that they can share, so that people can see the diverse ways in which other people have attained their goals and how they continue to attain their goals despite the challenges that we face, the challenges that allow us to grow. We also want to ensure that the people that are not noticed, there's many, many immigrants that will never see the light of the podcast, that only which are only tailored to people that are in a certain category. This podcast, for us, we want to bring it home to the people who are like me, like Pearl, like yourself, so that they can have their voices heard. They can be noticed because they have something, a story that they can tell. Their voices will not only enrich us as hosts, but will also be able to transform other people's lives. These transformations will not be possible and will never be possible if we do not air them on this podcast. We can leverage them and others will also leverage them. For us, our realization is that we'll continue to inspire and create this forum that will uplift others, empower them, just like we have been empowered. And starting ElevatePod felt like the natural way for us to fulfill our vision. It has become the best way for us to continue to inspire and inform and share the insights that resides within us, that allow us to continue to grow as an individual. And we envision that this forum will continue to amplify the diverse voices that are often unheard and will allow them to be cultivated and give the community what they need to motivate and embark on their development journey that they so much need. And that's the story of our beginning.
That is beautiful. Thank you so much. That was very, very poetic, very inspiring, Chibwe. I love the fact that you said that we want to empower others just like we were empowered. So it's like a pay forward for you to have people who were there for you. So everyone, the Elevate Pod is exactly that. It is a space, a resource where you can be empowered by these women who themselves were empowered by other people, them bringing in other people who are immigrants. It resonates so much to me because I myself, and I'm immigrant and a minority and a woman, and everything that Chibwe shared is completely we can relate to, and we can really resonate so much of what she's sharing. And thank you so much for that. That was major. That was a lot of information, but wonderful information. And with that said, by Chibwe, Pearl, would you also share with you your insight on what inspired you and what the audience are to expect in the future, right after this episode, the future episodes of Elevate?
Thank you, Ella, for that great question. The listeners can expect dynamic content. They can expect insightful conversations because we intend to have interviews and discussions with thought leaders from different fields. We want to interview industry experts, including individuals that have already overcome some of the challenges that we are here to address. We will be providing some practical experiences, practical examples that people can relate to. We intend to facilitate interactive sessions as well. We want to create conversations on this platform that will help the audience put all the lessons of our discussions into practice. We don't want it to end at inspiration. Yes, we do want to inspire, but our goal is for change, practical change. We want to help turn those experiences into actionable achievements. The future of ElevatePod is all about building community. We want to build a community that uplifts, a community that empowers people to reach their full potential. We want to create a platform that allows them to have real and empowering conversations, not only to inspire, like I said, But we want everyone that comes onto this platform in whichever way to listen or to participate, we want them to be able to turn those experiences into action. We want them to be able to look back and see what they gained from interacting with us on this platform. In a nutshell, that's what the listener can expect for the future on ElevatePod.
That's quite amazing. What a benefit that you offer to your audience, and to, like, I could totally see, like, while you're growing your audience, both of you are growing as well as you lead people into that development, because you are the leader that are the example of that leadership that you're talking about. And I love that you said about you're not here just to inspire, because everywhere you can see that you really want an actionable change, that there is a transformation, there is an action taken, so that they can truly experience that in in their lives, as well as you have experienced it. And I could hear that you both are creating this community for, and I love the niche because it's immigrant and minority, and that I have not heard of any podcast that are focusing on the minorities and the immigrants. So this is very, very interesting. And this is what a wonderful, rare opportunity for us. Thank you so much, even now, for that you have thought about this, and that you are investing your time and your knowledge for others, so that they can also reach their, like you said, their highest potential and the things that they are meant to reach, with the help of your resource and your knowledge. With that said, Chibwe, Pearl shared to us what we are going to expect. So many things to look forward to. I'm so excited. What is it that sets apart, that you think would set, it's the reason why ElevatePod is set apart from other podcasts?
The first thing I would like to say is, you see the two co-founders of ElevatePod. They are both from Zambia, but ElevatePod is not just going to target Zambian. It's going to target everybody from Mexico, from the Philippines, from Europe. So we are going to be very inclusive. And our goal is to really target the minorities, the immigrants, and most importantly, those teams or members that are not heard from. You also note that ElevatePod has two people that are very passionate about personal development, individual development, but not only for themselves, but they also want to develop others. And this is in what we do on a constant basis. So that sets us apart as individuals, if you can say that. The other thing is, we're going to bring topics that matter, that will uplift the immigrants. And specifically because most of them, they do not have that access to this information for them to grow personally and attain their goal and continue to grow on a daily basis. We are going to have a diverse group of individuals, from people who have never seen the podcast to people who have seen, maybe have been to several podcasts. But each and every person that we're going to bring is going to have a message that can be leveraged by so many. And importantly, as I said, our focus is on the community that is often overlooked, a community that is actually contributing tremendously to UI by paving, by cleaning the environment that we have, by making us look good. I think that's the community we want also to make sure that their voices can be heard and their journey can tell a story that is very powerful, not only to them, but to us, so that we can learn something from them. and not take everything that we have for granted. And together, we see that will bring voices that will echo not only within the US, but we hope it will transcend and cross all the oceans so that other people can know that they're also welcome, so that they can give messages, teach others, and communicate their stories that have resided within them. And finally, what I would like to say is the ElevatePod, the individuals that are here will have their voices that will continue to be called upon by many. And we hope the minority voices and the stories that we're going to hear and the experiences and the challenges that will be taught on this forum will be valuable lessons for other minorities, other immigrants that are potential leaders of tomorrow.
Beautiful, beautiful, Chibwe. What a powerful answer to that question. And I think just the fact that most podcasts they build up, they encourage people and like the whole world. But I love the fact that you're targeted to a particular audience, which will really bring that audience out and have this space, particularly with you helping them to have a voice, not just have a voice, but to be heard. And so that you can give them access to the resources that you're offering them. So I think that by itself already makes it stand out or set apart from the rest of the podcast with that particular target audience of yours. So thank you so much for just your passion. I could feel it. I could feel both of you, how passionate you are about this. And so it's just right that you two are hosting this podcast. Thank you very much, Chibwe, for that answer. And Pearl, I know Chibwe has spoken about what differentiates ElevatePod and what makes it stand out in a sense, set apart from all the other podcasts. I want to ask you, what is the heart of ElevatePod? With all this show, with the show, the episodes and all that, but what is in the core of ElevatePod?
Okay. At the heart of ElevatePod is empowerment and representation. It's about saying to the immigrant that you are not alone in this journey. There is a path for you. As immigrants ourselves, we are prioritizing accessibility and relatability. This is to those that can relate to the experience, those that may have had issue accessibility, faced some limitations. That's what's at the heart of the podcast. We want to ensure that our conversations feel like they are meant specifically for each listener so that they can relate to our personal and practical journeys. We believe that everyone deserves opportunity to be heard. Like Chibwe mentioned, we are here to create space for the voices that have not been heard. We want to give people opportunity to rise above certain limitations. And also consider that we're focusing on overcoming limitations. It might be overcoming systematic limitations and challenges, or overcoming personal challenges as well. Also at the core of ElevatePod, like we have mentioned severally, is building community, building connections, fostering understanding through authentic dialogue, just like we're having now, with all the conversations that we intend to have. And lastly, we would like to empower change, and we will keep hitting on this one, change. We want to inspire, but we also want to empower change in our communities. We want the audience also to recognize value in their own voices and value also in their own experiences. That's what's at the heart of ElevatePod.
Thank you very much. So another beautiful answer and powerful answer. What I loved about your answer is when you said, and to the audience right now, if you will remember one thing, Elevate Pod is telling you that you are not alone in this journey, that they are here because they want to walk alongside you. They want to hold your hand. And for whoever or whatever else that they can do to help connect you to the resources that they know, the people that they will be bringing in. And the heart really, that's why it has a heart, because both Pearl and Chibwe has gone through what you might be going through, the limitations that they faced being an immigrant and a minority and whatever it is that has the limitations. It's because they have experienced it themselves. And if they have not either, they are bringing in people, immigrants and minorities who have experienced it, and where you can as well be empowered by their own experiences and their voices. It's such a beautiful thing that you want everyone, one's voice and experience to, it matters. So what this is what I'm hearing. You want to tell them that you matter, your voice matters, your experience matters, and it is not just them making a difference in your life, but you as well making a difference in their lives and in the lives of the people who will be listening and learning from everything that Elevate Pod is going to bring to you. So thank you so much. That was truly a heart spoken, with all that, all intentions and your purpose and your mission to bring Elevate Pod to this, to build a community and connection with each other so you can help one another. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. We are coming to the end of our podcast. The time has gone so fast, and it's almost like I'm only asking for your questions, but we're almost at the end of the podcast, of the pilot episode, and I'm very, very grateful, first of all, that I'm here, that I get to interview you and introduce both of you to the audience. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this will move forward, how it will be a blessing, and be blessed as well to everybody. So my final question is, if you were given only a few minutes, like a minute or two, to give your final message, what would that be? What would your final message be to your audience? We'll start with Chibwe and with Pearl, please.
As you heard Pearl say, we want empowerment and representation. To do that, ElevatePod will amplify your voice, and hence it will fulfill those two goals. ElevatePod will allow you to create impact in others and impact the change that someone you don't even know will need to grow. ElevatePod will also allow your story to be told, to be included in the many stories that have been told, stories that are needed and that will continue to impact the lives of many. So ElevatePod is here for you, is here to save you, and is here to empower you and represent you.
Wow, if you did hear that, I will repeat it again. Elevate Pod is here to serve you, empower you, and just be there for you. It is here again for you to leverage on, to help you be the best version of yourself with their help. Thank you very much, Chibwe, for that. And Pearl, your final message.
I would like to say to the listener, you are capable of achieving much, much more than you can imagine. The journey begins with believing in yourself and in taking that first step. Remember, growth is a process, and every small step, every small victory matters. So stay curious, stay consistent, stay motivated, and please keep pushing forward.
Wow. I'm just blown away with both of you. Like this is such an amazing opportunity to the audience. I'm speaking to you, such an amazing opportunity of this two women who has this magnanimous knowledge and experience of being immigrants and minorities and excelling in their field, not just yes, they're thriving, not just like, able to do it, but excellently doing it and excellently experiencing it. So we need to truly leverage on their whatever they have to offer to us. So I'm so very, very grateful. I've learned so much from just our interview. And to the audience, I'd like to remind you or reiterate that this is a safe space for you to find your voice and to be able to express your voice as well. You are invited to come here and be a part of this because your voice is valuable to both our hosts, and it will help empower you not just to know, because knowing knowledge is not power, it is applied knowledge that is power, and that is what you've been sharing, that you want. There has to be action for it to make an impact in their lives. And like Pearl just ended saying that you need to keep growing. We need to keep learning. We need to be forever learners, forever growing in the place where we're at. And that to access this knowledge, you have to, that, like I said, to access this knowledge that they have had along the way. That is so precious. That is so valuable to everyone. So I am very, very privileged to be here and take part in this pilot episode of ElevatePod that we are launching today at this time, and it's going to be accessible to everyone, again, not just Zambians but everyone around the world, even to the Filipinos like me, and like Chibwe said, and Americans, of course, here locally and globally. And I can't wait to see how far God is going to bring that, spread this and allow this podcast to really soar and reach so many and impact so many people. And right now, I would like to, before I give my ending message as well, I would like to give you an opportunity to invite your audience to come and join your we didn't give them an information on how often is this podcast, and invite them to join the podcast, and again repeat to them maybe why they need to come and join the podcast. Let's start with Chibwe.
Come join us, listening, and also be the guest. We would like to hear you. We hope you listen to our first interview today, which is going to be posted tomorrow, and many more to come on a bi-weekly basis.
Thank you, Chibwe. And Pearl?
Thank you, everyone, for listening. And again, stay tuned. We will be sharing this podcast on our various platforms. Do share with someone that is passionate about their growth. We are here again to elevate and inspire growth and change.
Thank you. And even if we know there's not only one person who will be affected by it or impacted by it, but even if it's just one person, of course, it makes a lot of difference. But I'm telling you, I'm sure it's not, because I am already one person and I'm already here. So there will be more people, and I'm just so excited. I'm so honored to have interviewed both of you, that everything you've said is very powerful, inspiring, and moving, make us move to do something. And that one thing, first of all, is to join the podcast whenever it's showing and airing. And that's we said it already, bi-weekly. So it will air next time on Monday, April 14th. That will be your first guests speaker. You will have your first guest speaker. And I'm just so excited. First of all, let me just have this chance to thank both of you for what you're doing. It's quite amazing with your busy schedule, with your running around after your 5 children and Chibwe with her busy schedule, even with Tessa and her son. And just for you to carve time carve time out just for the people you haven't even met, the people that your heart is just beating for because you want to help them as much as you have been helped. And so I just think that's so beautiful, so powerful. And I'm so grateful that you get to launch this today. And so thank you again and again for doing this for the immigrants, for the minorities. And may you have more power to you, more power to ElevatePod and Elevate Leadership Services. More power to both of you, Dr. Chibwe Chungo and Dr. Inonge Lifano. Thank you so much. So we hope to see all of you, our audience, to see you next Monday, April 14th. Not the next Monday, but Monday, April 14th. And thank you. In behalf of Dr. Lifano and Dr. Chungu, I would like to thank you for joining us on this journey to elevate and to inspire. Lead with purpose and grow with passion. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Ella. Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Really appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you.
That'll be
Thank
great.
you so much, Ella.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so welcome. Such an honor for me. Thank
No,
you.
it's an honor for us too.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you if you're still
Thank
listening.
you.